Today is on Rahab. I was asked to do this in a rather interesting way. Patrick came to me and said, "You know anything about harlots?" Well, I said, yes, as a matter of fact, I know a little bit about them because I've seen them professionally a few times. For those of you on streaming, I was a paramedic. So I saw them professionally, but not their profession, okay? I never was paid I never got paid by them, or I never paid them, but they paid for my services. Anyway, Rahab, we're not told a whole heap of a lot about. So this could be a very, very short lesson, right? But it won't be. You know me. Okay, well, first off, I want to give a little history lesson. We know about the Exodus and how that went. I remember how to do this. There it is. Right here is Jericho. Now, as the children of Israel came up through this way, they went to a place and that was right across the river from Jericho, and they stopped there for a little while. And Jericho, I don't know about you, but I always thought Jericho was this, huge city with super high walls and battlements, and we've seen the movies, of medieval castles and villages and cities and all that with the super high walls, and they're like 50, 60 feet high, and they're 30 feet thick. That wasn't Jericho. According to what I could find in archaeology, for some reason or other, the light lights up, but nobody's home. Well, I'm trying to get it to change slides. Can you go to the next slide for me, please, sir? None of them work. And the light's coming on.
There you go.
Okay. From what I could find on the sources that's from archaeology sites, and I saw it on 3 or 4 different places, so I'm assuming it's true. First off, they said Jericho couldn't have happened in the time period that the Bible says and all that. Well, they found out naturally the Bible's correct. But the sources say that the walls were about 12 to 15 feet high and about 5 to 6 feet thick. Now, this would make it rather difficult to live in the wall, wouldn't it? So, you have to have a very narrow bed. But the house can back up to the wall where the back window is out of the wall. So that's the way it probably would have been. Jericho was about 5 to 6 acres of people. Jericho had a source of water inside that could water everybody that was in the city. Now, there would be, at this particular time, there would be more people in the city than would normally be there, because the children of Israel, they knew they were there, so they would have gathered into a defensible position. So we don't know how many people were there, but also the sources said that when this happened was right after harvest time. So they would have gathered all their food from all the surrounding areas into Jericho. So they had food, they had water. A siege possibly could have lasted years. How long did it last? 7 days. That was it.
We just argued, I would take it from Jericho.
Nice. Sweet oranges there. They're also known for something else that I'll get to in just a minute, but not food. And when you check the archaeological evidence, there's one more oddity. It shows that the walls fell. It says that the Bible says the children of Israel went up into Jericho. Well, the way the walls fell, it made ramps. So they would have gone right up the ramps into Jericho and taken the city. So going up into Jericho is actually true. They went up the ramp that the walls made. And there's one other oddity about that. All the walls fell except for one little part of the north wall. Still there, or was, whenever they were doing the excavations. Who do you think would live in that section of the north wall? Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Everything archaeological is showing that it is exactly the way the Bible says. There is a website that I didn't know anything about. You can get to it through YouTube that allows you to there's a guy on there that says if you put in there how do you spell or how do you say a Hebrew word, then he will tell you how to pronounce that word. So in Joshua 2:1 says, and Joshua the son of Nun sent 2 men secretly from Shittim as spies, saying, go view the land, especially Jericho. And they went and came into the house of a prostitute whose name was Rahab, and lodged there. Shittim, according to the guy that I was listening to on YouTube, is a transliteration of the Hebrew word for, anybody know? Acacia trees. Thank you. The location is likely named for its great number of acacias. An alternate name for the area is Abel Shittim, which means meadow or stream of the acacias. I had the guy pronounce A-B-E-L. It's Abel. How about that? Shortened version is used more frequently in the Bible, and that's according to gotquestions.org. And what's an acacia tree look like? Like one of those.